Do you remember when? Back when, angels didn't have God issues.
Back before they cried the single manly tear.
Back before everyone got Batman voice.
Back before everyone they ever met died.
Babies in trench coats.
Little brothers become giants.
And back before hell.
Twice.
Let's take a trip back. Back when things were simpler.
Supernatural Season 1, when their only issues were their
daddy
daddy
issues.
Storm's coming. And you boys, your daddy, you are smack in the middle of it.
Starring Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki, and that's it. Cast of 2, people.
Which I personally loved it. It is that small. They gave a lot of room for character development, like a serious amount of.
True.
A lot of characters, a lot of getting to know people.
Yeah, there's pretty much nothing we don't know about the two of them by this point.
No chick flick moments. Alright. Jerk.
Out
Bitch.
on a house in Lawrence, Kansas. We were watching this family, mother and 2 young sons, little 4-year-old Dean, little 6-month-old Sammy.
Very simple apple pie.
I swear, man, you gotta update your cassette tape collection.
Why?
Well, for one, they're cassette tapes. And 2, Black Sabbath, Motorhead, Metallica. It's the greatest hits of mullet rock.
Well, house rules, Sammy. Driver picks the music. Shotgun shuts his cake hole.
You know, Sammy is a chubby 12-year-old. It's Sam, okay?
Sorry, I can't hear you. The music's too loud.
Unfortunately, they can't stay this happy because this is supernatural, and no one's allowed to stay
And
happy.
it's called supernatural, unless you're a complete
Idiot.
You think,
Supernatural.
hey, maybe something supernatural.
Agent Mulder? Agent Scully?
Yeah, because I went to school with a high school with 3 people who literally didn't know what the word supernatural meant.
Well, that is exactly the kind of crack police work I'd expect out of you guys.
Thanks for your time.
What was that? Why you gotta step on my foot? What do you have to talk to police like that?
So Dean rushes outside with Sammy, and it's the first time he tells them that everything's going to be okay. And of course we know, no, it's not.
It's never going to be okay.
But Dean tries his hardest to make everything okay for
And in
Sam.
season 1 sense, for the most part, it is okay.
Well, relatively speaking, yeah.
Yeah, because in season 1, by
So-
now, you all know,
Yeah.
from 6 years of experience, oh, how we wish we could go back to season 1 issues.
And warn them
oh,
about all that's to come.
just be like,
So,
oh, stop now.
yeah.
Oh, stop.
Got it.
Dude. Such a control
Sam's
freak.
in college with girlfriend Jessica.
So it's probably something else, something corporeal.
Corporeal. Excuse
Yeah,
me,
apply
Professor.
for law school. And he very much needs a hug, by the way. And
And then a few minutes later, you meet Dean.
yeah, he
Who
breaks
also
into
needs a hug.
Sam's apartment. Yes, Dean needs a hug.
Oh, easy, Tiger.
Dean? You scared the crap out of me.
It's because you're out of practice. Or
A lot
not.
of exposition later.
Lots of exposition, which is done in a good way because, it's basically just them arguing, hashing everything out.
Which
Sets
then,
up the whole family dynamic from the start. Even though their dad's
Yeah.
not there, you still know exactly what.
6 years later,
Yeah.
they're still arguing.
Yeah.
In general, about the same thing.
Yeah. Sam still wants to go back, so he goes back, and this shot was in all the trailers. He goes back, he lies down, drip, drip, drip. There's blood on his forehead. He looks up,
And you're like, oh, snap.
Jessica's
what's
on the
going
ceiling.
on?
Ceiling catches on fire. She's dead, just like their mother. Dean, because apparently his Sammy
Lot of-
sense was tingling, rushes in and pulls him out.
I do love you, though, Eric.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Come back.
Yeah, no,
Please.
we want you back. We don't like Sarah.
But whatever. I'm not,
And yeah, we're
I'm not
fine.
hinting at anything.
We're fine. Anyway,
It starts out season 1.
yeah, and I feel
Slowly.
after that it gets off to kind of a rough start. I wasn't a fan of the next couple of episodes. They were a little slow for me, but it does pick up
I don't
again.
have as big of an issue with them as you do.
Well, I don't hate them. They're just sort of boring to me.
They are slower paced. I do feel season 1 started with a lot of slower pace.
Yeah, I stuck with it
Episodes.
because I love the premise, and I'm glad I stuck with it because it's become what it's become.
Yeah.
And but it does pick itself up again around episode 4 or 5. Because that's when you
I
get
actually
the
really
humor
enjoyed
back.
Phantom Traveler.
Yeah,
and
I
then-
do too. And I really love Bloody Mary, which comes
Yes,
back.
and Bloody Mary had the whole creepy. It got back to the pilot, which was very.
Yeah, that's when you start
Very
hearing more about
creepy.
the mythology, the arc, because that's when you realize that Sam has got some supernatural
dreams and-
ability. Like, he has dreams about things before they happen.
Yes, leads into a lot of season 2 importance. Which
Yes.
is very important to
In
know
season
about
2,
this
this
show.
is when this all comes to a head.
Is that Eric Kripke is a master weaver of storylines.
You
So,
really, you can.
much
I mean, there's
later,
some
you're like,
continuity issues
oh, shite.
because
I just learned that, like, in season 1, how did he know that soon? Like,
Yeah.
the freaking necklace Dean's wearing, you're like, Dean just likes to accessorize.
Can I get you anything else?
Just a check, please.
Okay.
until season 6 when it all just went to hell, basically.
Well,
And,
that's not. I mean, season 6 was a little bit off, though, but we're not going to say that.
Yeah.
I look like one of the Blues Brothers. No, you don't. You look more like a 7th grader at his first dance.
And,
there.
yeah, so the next pivotal episode would be Home, when they go back to their old house in Lawrence, Kansas, the house where their mother died, and that's also the first time you see John Winchester.
Yeah,
since the pilot.
and kind of solidifying that, maybe Sam is a very special snowflake.
That's what he is.
Sammy.
After that, the next really important episode would be Scarecrow, because that's when we meet Meg, and she's sort of our big bad for this season.
Yes, and she's very important to the series later because she is that bug that you don't want to die, and then
She's the only female recurring who's
and you
still
just
alive.
That isn't obnoxious.
You gotta respect that. Yeah.
And has some sort of levels.
Yeah, she's
Like,
played by a
she's
different
just
actress
not
now, but still.
One dimension.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I'm counting it. And, because she's really not, in the grand scheme of things, she's really not that bad of a big bad, because she's just one demon.
She's not evil.
Which,
she doesn't have, like...
come season 6,
she's
it's
not
nothing.
gonna have us, all,
Yeah,
die in a
but-
ring of hellfire.
That's what I'm here for.
I've done some things. Not good things.
Well, there's always forgiveness for us if we seek it.
For everyone? Are you sure?
I like to say, salvation was created for sinners. Tell me what's on your mind.
Well, I've lied. A lot. I've stolen. I've lusted. And the other day I met this man. A nice guy, you know? And we had a really good chat. Sort of like this. And I slit his throat and ripped his heart out through his chest. Does that make me a bad person?
The Yellow-Eyed Demon,
She's a thing for yourself.
he is the big bad in this season, but he's not so much until season 2, so it's really Meg kind of doing most of the dirty work this season. And then we move on to Shadow, and that's when they actually interact with
Even
their
at
dad
Stanford,
again.
deep down, I never really fit in.
Well, that's because you're a freak.
Yeah, thanks.
really gives one of the more fighting things for the fandom. Hence, fandom on demand. But basically, this is where the first time, well, I guess second time, because there is the Sam girls and Dean girls. So I don't huge side in that because I both think they're, touched by Jesus. But anyway, this is the first time where a lot of the fandom splits up Major League because a lot of people, you either love John Winchester
or you
hate
hate
John Winchester,
or you're me, who
the only one on this planet who
I
gets that. I'm
he
a
has
hater.
his horrible points. I think he has some redeeming qualities, in my opinion.
I'm waiting to see it.
He was a bad father. Okay, he just was.
Horrible father.
But
Horrible father.
he loved them. He did love them, and he tried. I really
in
believe
his own special way.
I really believe he tried his best. It's just unfortunate that his best sucked. It really did.
Evidently, and he couldn't let go of his
Because,
wife.
yeah,
He
he
died
pretty
21
much
years
left-
ago.
He pretty much raised them to be hunters and raised them.
Because he could have moved
trained
past
them,
his wife.
I guess. Yeah, and Dean basically raised himself and Sam. That's why I feel there's a kind of, I mean, they're brothers, obviously, but I feel like there's sort of a parental thing going on there, It's just sometimes the way they talk to each other. Like, when Dean will be like, that's that, because I said so, or you're gonna do this, do you understand me? That's just so the way a parent talks to you,
Exactly. See, and this is another thing. Dean shouldn't have that
He
kind of
shouldn't have to be,
dialogue
because
with
he's
his brother,
not Sam's
which just shows
dad.
another way that he's just not a real father.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure he probably
I'm sure
feels
he's a
kind of like he
fantastic
is.
husband. What girl doesn't want a loyalty? 20-something years after her death, he's still holding on to it like no other.
Okay.
Got a tighter grip than, a baby to candy, or whatever.
Okay, calm down. Moving on.
I'm fine.
Don't destroy the spirit, but don't thank me or anything.
So we get to the finale, the final 2 episodes.
Which is the first time you see Bobby, who
yes,
I
Bobby
feel
Singer,
is epic. If
played
you
by
can
Jim
rock-
Beaver.
If you can, rock the, trash yard and look kind of unclean and middle-aged, when you're used to seeing, a little bit of Jared, a little bit of Jensen, a little bit of, later Misha.
The only other actor who has been there since season 1 and hasn't died.
Evidently, God really likes on this show,
I think
because
he ever will,
everyone
frankly.
dies.
Everyone
You just
dies.
used him. He's gonna die next season because he does stuff up.
Oh, no, he's not. No, Cass is gonna die next season. This is the thing the show does to me. It builds and builds and builds and builds, and then it's inevitably anticlimactic because it just can't live up to all they're saying. And
I don't have the bitter sauce that you have
no,
towards
this
all the
hits
finales.
me the most in season 5.
I
but
do
we'll
feel
get into
that this
later.
finale is one of the weakest. Because if you get to season 4s and season 5s and,
season 6 hurts.
Season 3 was even a pretty decent.
Season 2 is probably my favorite.
Season 1's finale was just so anticlimactic to me.
It was
I
a
feel
very
the
small story.
Doesn't have that much to do with Yellow Eyes, though I think he did have something to do with the crash. I'm not saying that. I was not thinking about Yellow Eyes in that season finale. I was thinking, oh snap, what happened to my men?
I
the
guess.
bleeding from the head. I now have to wait the entire summer to see
and
what's
the
going to
Impala,
happen.
the beautiful
When
Impala.
And the Impala, for the 50 millionth time, has been wrecked, so-called
It
totaled, though evidently Dean has, some sort of magic hands.
Naturally, we all
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
And, repairs it, but I don't know. It had nothing really to do.
It's at the 10-minute mark.
It had nothing to do. It's fine. Go.
I know.
It had nothing really to do with.
Yeah, it's just for me. It is a small story. It's concerning the 3 of them and the Yellow-Eyed Demon. Every season after that, except for season 3, everything after that is about sort of the end of the world. With season 2, it's the Devil's Gate or Hell's Gate, whatever it's called. Season 3 is a smaller story again with just Dean going to hell. And season 4, it's Lucifer Rising. Season 5 is the Apocalypse. Season 6 is sort of it's
not the above.
No, but
season
it's about
6
preventing
is about
it
internal
again.
struggles.
Season 6 is about
yourself.
Season 6 is
and
about
battling.
breaking my heart. That's what season 6 is about.
Take a step back.
I'm fine. I am fine.
Not everyone
Yeah.
drinks the Cass Kool-Aid.
Well, they should, because it is some amazing Kool-Aid, let me tell you.
Have a cultish following. But whatever. I love Cass too, Cass. I'm just saying.
Clearly, I love you more. I can see you. So yeah, that's basically.
No, you can't.
Okay. Our in-depth analysis is now complete on season 1. I'm sure you've all learned.
Tune in for the next video to see our tips and peaks of the season.
Yes.
Top 5 and bottom 5.
If you haven't watched the show, what's wrong with you? Watch it.
Though if you're watching this, you probably have.
Probably. And you probably think we're crazy.
And we love to talk about it with you.
Yes.
But in general, let's face it, in this fandom, crazy is what runs the wheel.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Us Supernatural fans are just go with it.
Yeah.
Celebrate it. Rejoice in the crazy.
We'll see you next time.